Hey everybody, I just wanted to give you some boost of happiness. I think that we could all really use some right now. This has been a monotonous journey. We're all feeling a little bit lethargic and weary for sure. And so some minor tips of ways that we can cultivate joy, I think would really go a long way. And a lot of this comes from positive psychology. And the way I explain positive psychology to the students is that 100 years ago, psychology really only talked about mental illness. And now it's come so much further. It's now all about wellness and promoting ways that we can find happiness within our lives. Much like our physical health, we run now, we eat better. The same is true with our mental health. And what they're finding is that 40% of our happiness level comes from genetics, and only 10% come from environmental cues that are not within our control. So that leaves 50% on the table of things that we can do every day to really practice finding happiness and cultivating joy. And a lot of this research is coming from the University of Pennsylvania. Dr. Seligman tells us that, I'm sure you've heard, the more, if you enjoy something, the more you do it, the happier you're going to be. And there's a lot of truth to that. But I think the challenge, especially for teenagers, is really identifying what makes you happy. And those activities they found are things that really challenge you, but also utilize your interests and your strengths and your talents at the same time. So yes, Netflix is a good escape, but that wouldn't qualify. So finding your flow is one way of establishing happiness, and that's in the newsletter. Another one would be, of course, I talk about it all the time, which would be being grateful, really appreciating what it is that is going well in your life. And that comes from UC Berkeley, keeping a gratitude journal every day, 3 good things, whether you do it in the morning or at night, but that new habit of really changing your perspective and having a learned optimism perspective can really make a big difference. And then also in the newsletter, I talk a lot about Dr. Lori Santos from Yale University, who is a professor there, and she started the Happiness Lab, which is a podcast series. I really want to give her a big shout out for that, and I encourage you to look it up. And she also has a class called The Science of Greater Good, The Science of Well-Being. And it really emphasizes ways that connection, relationships, compassion, service, those are things that we can still be doing even as we still continue to practice social distancing. So look for her tips in that newsletter as well. I hope that we get to see each other physically soon. I miss all of you very, very much, and I hope you'll have a great week. Thank you.